All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And this is going to be part 2 of the ongoing series in terms of my discussion with a pro Splitgate player, basically talking Splitgate 2. And in this one specifically is going to highlight the struggles that a lot of the casuals are facing, as well as issues on the competitive side and stuff like that, and going a little bit more in depth in that, as well as possibly offering a few solutions from his point of view as well, and even giving a few tips here and there in the process. So I hope you guys enjoy, and make sure you stay tuned, because I have a feeling that part 3, and this is not a joke, I have a feeling that part 3 may be something of a controversy within the community, depending on how you look at it. However, I do believe that we get to the bottom of it, so that way everybody gets a clearer picture. But you'll know and understand what I mean when the next episode comes. But until then, enjoy this one, and I'll catch you guys on the outro.
More portals straight up isn't the solution. Better positioned ones are. So the problem is I can see multiple different portal walls from every single portal wall. I can go everywhere. Having these like one ways where I commit but can't get back, which is typically achieved through perpendicular walls. So in Splitgate 1 we had a map called High Wind where you could take this portal but you couldn't portal back, right? Because the wall here was embedded deeper in the wall here. So when I do this, it's a full commit. I then have to route from where I'm going here. In Splitgate 2, I can go back to this spawn, and then back to this spawn, and then back to this spawn, in one portal. Mind you, this back wall was already a little excessive, because from here, right off the bat, if I place my portal here, I can see the person as they spawn in. And if I angle it right here, I can see one of their other hills and like the tips of their heads.
Yeah.
Actually, another thing, if you didn't know, portals are balanced by bullets being bigger when you shoot through enemy portals. So that's probably another point of friction for casual players, is when I use a portal, I'm using it slow and I'm getting fried. But when this pro player does it, he's out in half a second and I never got a chance to shoot him. Right? So anybody who's trying to use it for the first time is actually getting punished due to their anti-portal camp mechanic. Most new players, when they're learning, they're gonna just take their triple portal and do this slowly. If you just blind fire into the portal, they're dead.
I also have another question. What would you suggest be the best way to practice as a solo player?
Step 1, probably starting to learn routes. Like, it's hard because you're not gonna... What you see independently is not going to necessarily manifest in practice, but having more individual carry ability is always good. Like, hey, let's just use Nebraska as an example, because the Nebraska wall is the most important piece of utility in the game whatsoever. If there's a firecracker right here, where should I put my smoke versus my wall to get maximum value? Right?
Right, I would probably say my guess would be put the wall here, because you've got protection behind you, so you got to put the wall over here, so that way you got front and back protection. That'd be my guess, but I could be wrong.
Well, it also depends on scenario. So a lot of teams, when they're defending B on this firecracker point, they're going to sit back here, and you can actually wedge yourself all the way back in this crack, and then play this for cover and jiggle peek it. It's kind of a pain to break. So depending on if they're holding low, you put your wall here, and then try and smoke this wall and corner here. But you have to play this little bag here really funny. It's a complicated issue, and it depends on where everybody else is. Yeah. But just mapping out those situations in your head before you have to run into it makes you more prepared. And the whole learning routes thing, let's say there are 5 seconds left in the game and I need to get to next point and touch. Right? So you're right here. How are you touching this hill?
And from where I am here?
Yeah, you have 5 seconds.
To get to where, right here?
To a hill, up that way.
Right, oh shit, blah, 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 blah. I am thinking, well, I have to, okay, I'm gonna go here, here, and then straight through here.
Nope.
But I don't know if that was fast enough.
So what we would do is we're gonna hit this diagonal wall on the far side here. And now I stand in my portal and I triple in, and I'm already on time. So that's a 2-second rotation. So in real game speed.
So I'm here, and then I go here.
On this outer wall where my portal was. Then do you see me right here?
Yep, and then I just walk through it again, and I'm here, yeah.
Make sure you're fighting on point though, because the goal for this is touch. You have 2 seconds before the game ends, and you need to touch. That way your team gets on. It's like touching point in Overwatch to make sure you force overtime.
Oh, okay, so the hill's here. Sorry, I thought the hill was over here.
No, you're good. But it's good to know how to get up there too. So, okay, now we're down here.
Where'd you go?
Do you see me on the blue over here?
Oh, there you are.
What's your fastest way up?
To hill?
Yeah. So we can use the same angle, or there's other routes we can take.
Oh, well, I go here, and here we go. Boom.
So that's a one step when some people will just straight up memorize routes, and I should always take this route, and I should always do that. Those people are very predictable and very easy to farm. So, like, what I do, I sit right here. The second you come out, I fry your portal, and you're going to be dead before you come out, and you never even had a chance to shoot me. That's kind of what I'm talking about, the strategic thing. You start playing the players and not necessarily the maps. In Splitgate 1, every player had their own super unique playstyle. You could tell which pro you were watching just by how they played. It was kind of crazy. But casual first is very important right now. We need to have a game that actually works, because you can have competitive Minecraft. A game does not need to be built to be competitive. The other big problem is equipment and loadouts actively make portals worse, like the portal problem. In Splitgate 1, you started with carbines, so everybody was perfectly well equipped to deal with anything at any range, right? The carbine had such a fast TTK in Splitgate 1, you could kill somebody with a power weapon before they could shoot you. But it was still the weakest weapon. Every weapon on the map was an upgrade. The problem is Splitgate 2, I spawn with a shotgun, you're insta-dead. Like, I can combo you still. They remove the one tap to the head, but you can still shoot and melee and remove them. SMGs are always going to be disproportionately strong to carbines and BRs. Like, so much so that they had to be giga buffed last patch, and they're still probably not even close. Different audiences want different things. It's like, with the shotgun, it's actually the worst performing gun at the casual level, bar none, because no casuals can close distance. So when they're like, okay, I gotta go fight somebody by that tree, they're like, sure, I'm on my way, boss. you know?
I've seen people that can use portals very well. At least half of them are using shotguns.
Well, yeah.
And it makes sense. They're right behind you, boom.
So the problem is now we have to gut the shotgun. So it's awful for a casual player because the person who can abuse it is good with portals. In Splitgate 1, because the shotgun was a power weapon, you can make it super strong, and it's fine because it has limited uptime. Every weapon in Splitgate 2 that's a loadout weapon has unlimited uptime. And we've already started to see this with the SMGs, where they just kind of feel like a shell of their former self in order to be balanced relative to BRs and ARs and carbines. In Splitgate 1, it's a 1 minute pickup, 2 minute pickup. So the one person who has the SM feels godly. The SM feels so strong because you have it, because nobody else does. But they can't remove it now because all the people who like loadouts are committed to loadouts. It's a feature removal. It's the same thing with factions. Like, you're actively punished for not choosing the right one. They tried to balance it out by having bonuses, but the utility advantage of an area control of Sabrask just outbeats the shorter cooldowns that Eros gives you. You know, and you can kind of raw force this cooldown by, you know, having 4 Sabrask. Now you just alternate your utility usage, and you have a better uptime than you did with the Eros. Yeah, I agree. They shot themselves in the foot with shotguns not being pickups, and they said that early on that they didn't want snipers to be a pickup because they're worried about one-shots early on, and they made shotguns, which are arguably significantly easier. Just know that pros are going to pub stomp with the strong weapons. The problem is, how does it feel to be on the receiving end, right? As if your gun is strong, my gun will be stronger because I'm better. That's not like a jab at anybody.
Like, that's the $1 million question. How in the hell do they get themselves out of this freaking hole that they're in?
The thing with competitive is competitive at its core goes back to what feels fair, right? How do you know what a PIV shield is?
A what?
A PIV shield, PIV.
Humor me.
So PIV stands for pivotal, right? In Splitgate 2, it is when I portal onto, I place a shield, and then I have a one-way perfectly, but I placed it halfway through the fight, right?
Gotcha.
So that's fun for the person using it. It feels awful fair-wise. And casuals were completely fine with it early on, but the second people caught on to the meta, which pros are just very, very ahead on the meta, it becomes a real problem for everybody. So it's not about if the game is balanced, it's about how long it takes the casual player to catch up. And that's why games like Fortnite are constantly like, okay, let's reinvent ourselves, brand new meta, everything's scrapped. That way the casual player is constantly in this state of everything's new, everything feels strong, I haven't figured out how to abuse the system yet. The pros have already found out how to abuse the system. The question is, who's on the receiving end of that abuse?
Yeah. What do you think the ratio of, let's say, really skillful players to low skill players are? What would you say is like 70-30, 80-20, 90-10? What do you think?
95-5 maybe, depends on your definition of high skilled. Like, you could place 2 portals and probably be in the top 50%. I'm not even kidding. Like,
okay,
any portal usage puts you into level 2.
So that concludes part 2 of the highlights of the discussions that were made a few streams ago with zachsmaxed over on for Splitgate 2. So as always, I want to know your feedback down below, and if this clip had helped you at all or given you a little bit more of an insight, and also showing just how much he cares about the casual side of things. Let me know down in the comment section in terms of what you guys think of that. And speaking on the casual side of things, again, giving a little bit of hint to part 3 without giving it away, I think you guys may be pleasantly surprised of the point of view of a professional player, and as far as the casual side of things go, when you check the topic of discussion in part 3. And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. And as always, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. Don't forget to check out Zach's stuff. His stuff will be in the link in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.